We hear you, man.
Hello.
Hello.
You hear us?
Another day, a line of
Now
thought.
I do.
All right.
All right.
Yes, it is another day of line of thought, man. Let's get it going, man. What's up with Whitaker's statement?
All right. So, the Inflation Reduction Act appears like it's going to go through because Manchin and that other lady, can't remember her name. Anyway, they both agreed to let it go through. $739 billion.
Whoa.
I thought for a moment I thought Griffin was going to be on here, and I was going to mention that no reparations in there. I thought you'd all find that pretty funny.
That must be your new catchphrase, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with him on this, but at the same point, I mean, $739 billion, no reparations. I know he would have been flipping out, right? But here's the thing.
What is this money for?
There are almost no economists that think this will reduce the inflation. And, if we're just pouring more money into the economy, that's only going to increase inflation. I don't know if you know this, but in that Inflation Reduction Act, there is $7,500 tax incentive to buy an electric vehicle because, everyone needs a $60,000 electric vehicle when we can't afford gas. And my last point on this is that there's a 15% corporate tax. Now, I'm going to ask you guys the honest question. Do corporations pay any tax ever?
I mean,
that's my big question. Because here's the thing. I'll give you my honest opinion.
I don't know. I don't know.
At the end of the day, every corporation that pays a tax is just going to put it into the value or the cost of all their goods. Right? I mean, no corporation pays a tax. Not really. The people pay that because
that's ultimately the problem.
That is correct. That's why you cannot tax corporations and make any money. Yes, the government will get a bunch of money, but we're the ones paying it. Go.
Yeah. Well, and first of all, man, who came up with this? Who came up with this that you said?
The Biden administration.
Okay.
So this is a dumbed down version of the Build Back Better plan, but nobody wants to talk about that because everyone hates it. So this is a dumbed down version of the Build Back Better plan. So it's supposed to give a bunch of money to like solar and wind power and all that kind of garbage. And it does. It gives a bunch of money to that stuff. But it also does all these other things that are stupid. Not a good investment on our taxpayer dollars. So if you guys don't know about it, then I'm sorry I brought it up. But I brought it up because it's important. It's important because it wasn't going to get passed because Manchin and the other girl, I think her Selena, something like that. I can't remember her name. Anyway, those two opposed the whole Build Back Better plan. But for some reason, they jumped on board with this $739 billion plan, which they thought was, good enough.
I like some things about it, but it's not going to do anything. First of all, people don't believe that it's going to work. A lot of people don't believe in Biden. People take Biden for a joke. So those are probably some of the big reasons why. It's because his influence is non-existent. But
I'm glad we agree on that.
I don't exactly know the details about it. I'm just learning about this from you. It has my curiosity. I would like to know more of the details about this plan. Uh, Automatically off the top is very, very, very expensive. Uh, that's a crazy amount of money that you plan on spending or whatever. But it has my curiosity because I just think that there's obviously some great things about capitalism, and then there's not some great things about capitalism. And these corporations got way too much of influence on our lives. That's probably the biggest thing I don't like about it at all. From what I believe that they change households. They literally change households
Who
because
changed households?
capitalism, particularly the influence that corporations have on capitalism, with this stuff that they be coming up with, and
I'm
inflation
not
has a
following
whole
you
lot
on
to
that at
do.
all.
All right,
I don't
I'm
get
I'm going to
what
explain
are you
it.
trying to say?
I'm explaining it.
All
So,
right.
with right now we're going through inflation. We're probably going through one of the biggest inflations ever. Yeah, it's still due process, and you got I guess scholars, educators haven't really calculated it yet. But we've had inflations before, obviously. Um, I'm sure we had inflations in the 60s, 70s. But see, this is what I'm getting at. Problem is that with inflation and with the economy and all that, it influences households to where you can't afford anything anymore. You can't afford to buy a home. You can't afford to buy cars. You can't afford to take care of your car. Uh, Essentially, you feel like you're working for nothing uh,
I agree with
because
that.
you're not
So
making
wait,
enough.
let me ask my next question, which kind of goes along with this. Are are we in a recession? Chino, Will, are we in a recession?
We're, in my opinion, we're in a state of just spending way too much, and there are things that are not balancing out. For example, like our salary, we got what, a 3% raise, Woo. But everything went up
And we're lucky
15,
because
20, 30.
it's only because we work for the state that we got that raise. Like corporate America is not giving out that raise necessarily.
No.
But it's not balancing it out. For example, I'm just throwing it out there, like Shell gas station. The Shell gas station actually smashed a record of profit this year or this quarter. This quarter re they made more money than they ever did in profit wise. They made over $11.5 billion. But Shell decided to give their employee a bonus. They gave every employee, they have 82,000 employee, and they gave every employee a 8% rate or 8% bonus based off of what their base is. But see, that is what one company does, but not everybody else.
Right.
So that doesn't help. I mean, Shell helped their employee to stay loyal, but that doesn't help us as rest of 99.999 economy. So yeah, we're probably in a recession because price goes up. If price goes up, our salary goes up. It should, but it didn't. If you
Okay.
look in the
Exactly. It didn't
Listen.
go up.
The official definition of recession is 2 quarters of negative growth. And that happened. And that has always been the definition, no matter who was president. And then now Biden's president, and now they're trying to say, well, that's not like, it's kind of recession, but no, not really when you look at the bigger picture. Nobody looked at bigger pictures when anybody else was president. And I'm not talking about just Democrats and Republicans. I'm talking about all of them, because there have been recessions with Democrats and Republicans. That has always been the definition. 2 quarters of negative growth. That has always been the definition. But now the Biden administration is trying to spin it to say, well, that's not, it's kind of, but not really when you look at other things. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we have other topics to get to, but, I was just throwing out this Inflation Reduction Act because I think it's a huge, huge waste of $739 billion of yours and mine tax money just getting thrown out there at the wind, hoping for something. That's what I think it is.
Whitaker, who's the economist behind that? Like, who backed it up? Is it Alan Greenspan? Like, that's what I'm saying. Where's Alan Greenspan? In the past, anything with money or anything, Alan Greenspan's behind it and explaining it. Where is he?
Are you talking about this act?
Yeah, he's like, who's backing up this plan?
I know whoever.
Democrats. That's who's backing up this plan. So it passed through the House like a breeze, right? But the problem was going to be the Senate, and so the Democrats had to convince Manchin and that other lady. I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but anyway, they had to convince Manchin at least to go with it, and he finally caved and said, okay. He did not cave when it came to the $3 billion act, which is great. But, he caved on this one. He caved. That's the end of the day. I don't know what happened to Greenspan and all the others who are like, jumping up and down about spending billions of dollars on stupid stuff. But here we are.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we got to move on.
I know.
Alrighty. Brittney Griner was sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison. She stated to the Russian court that she was never given due process. What's you guys' line of thought regarding this whole fiasco?
I think she should spend 9 years in a Russian prison.
Damn.
And a story for me. Go ahead, Chino.
I had the same thought as Whitaker. I mean, if it was you, me, Will, Whitaker, me, I think we would have got 19 years instead of 9. You messed up in a country, you're gonna face the sword. You're gonna face the music. You're gonna face the music if you go to another country. And now here's the thing. From the last couple articles I've been reading, they were trying to do a political trade. It was Brittney Griner and another military guy for the Russian arms dealer, but the Russian wanted extra. They wanted more, and the U.S. was saying no. That's why her sentence came quick like that. It came quick because now, like, you don't give us what we want, she's going to be in there for 9 years.
So that sounds more like. Also,
all right. So
that sounds more like. Hold up. It sounds more like a political scheme on Russia. It sounds like they're just trying to use her as a pawn.
No, I think it is, and but at the same time, Brittney cannot complain about due process. What is due process? Due process is an American thing. It's not a Russian thing. It is some country you're guilty until proven innocent. That U.S. that's not guilty till proven innocent. That's a U.S. thing. Other country, you're guilty. We'll figure it out if you're not guilty. That's not in Russia.
She's not in New York. She's not getting no bail and free to run around. But if you're stupid enough to take drugs to Russia and get caught, I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand. It seems like the stupidest, dumbest, dumb thing you could do. Go ahead, Will.
All right.
Let's
look at the realistic reason why people are okay with Brittney Brittney Griner getting sentenced for so long. Her fellow Americans, if you will. Now I say that. No, but seriously, her stance on
If you say she's
the
black,
national anthem.
I'm gonna say
That's
no,
part of it.
no,
That's
no.
part of it. Yeah, you trying to
If
beat me
this
to the
was a
punch.
white dude, no. If this was a white dude or an Asian dude, Chino, anybody, if you're stupid enough to take drugs to Russia through the border, I don't care what color you are. You could be green.
Yeah.
And you're going to get the full extent of the law. That's all there is to it.
Like I said, let me try to finish what I was going to say, man. So, my line of thought. So, let's look at the realistic reasons why some people agree with the sentencing. It's because she has done things that some people don't agree with. Colin Kaepernick came up with a clever way to be seen, to make a statement by kneeling during the national anthem. Knowing how much people cherish and value the national anthem, it's very important to people. And if someone is disrupting it in any way, they're going to be upset. Brittney Griner did the same thing during the game. People don't like that, right? So that already did tick people off. A lot of people don't even watch WNBA. I looked at a graphic where LeBron, and they always got to talk about LeBron. LeBron gets paid more. His salary, he gets paid more than all of the WNBA players combined. This is just a example of how much people really don't watch WNBA. A lot of people don't. A lot of Americans don't, in particular. But when she made that gesture, people knew about it. A lot of people knew about it, and it didn't give a good impression. So I like to call it, she hasn't been behaving herself. And then also, I want to add this, that she happens to be a lesbian. A lot of people don't really agree with that. So she already got one strike. She's black. She got another strike where she's not behaving herself. And then she got another strike with being a lesbian. People are using this against her. All it took was one mistake she made, and people are all over her. Also, this is what this example is given to, is how much Americans don't support one another. We don't support one another enough. Like, Brittney Griner has absolutely zero sympathy. If she was white, or if he were white, there would be so much sympathy. People would not be on this guy's case, or wouldn't be on her case as much. This is how I know this, because there was sympathy when Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin. There was sympathy when George Floyd died and got kneed to death. There was sympathy. There were people actually taking up for this guy. So when it comes to a three-striker, no sympathy whatsoever. Yes, she made a mistake. She made a dumb mistake. Russia doesn't have constitutional rights and all that or whatever. Yes, we know these things. But 9 years is ridiculously harsh. That's ridiculous. And El Chino touched on it unintentionally, that she is a political pawn. That's what I had to say. That's all I got to say.
So that Russia is currently holding several white people, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
We're not doing anything to get them out. So
they screwed up.
Will, your argument is
Whitaker.
It is not about race.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Will Whitaker, part of it, yes. It's part of it, like you said. I do believe personally it is a political pawn game. And two, is it because she's black or white?
Chino, I don't disagree that it's a political pawn game at all. It is a political pawn game. It's all a political pawn game. Every American that Russia detains is a political pawn game. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because Europeans and Russians are not, they're not racist the way that the United States is. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, they're
I don't
not.
know about
that.
No,
At
but
the end of the day,
once again,
go ahead, Chino.
it's the same. No, it's the same. In America, it's called the white women effect, the single white woman effect. If you're not white, you're not a woman. There's no outcry. We saw that with the missing the white girl that got murdered. I can't think of her name right now.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember the YouTuber girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that is proven fact that the news will blow it out of proportion, single white female. That happens every time there's a single white female that goes missing, or any news, anything that involve a single white female, it will go up. Okay, now as to politically, in Russia, they don't really care. But if you have more strike in Russia, they will put that on you. Yes, Brittney Griner is black, is a lesbian, and don't like America on her views. So in Russia, you know what? That's already a strike.
True.
Now the other white guy that's in Russia, it's Paul Whelan. He's actually accused of spying. Was there any fact to it? We don't know, but he's doing 19 years in prison because they think he's a spy. Now you say, hey, is that too much? Is there, I mean, yeah, in number wise, that could be, but it's part of a political thing that they're doing. But if Brittney Griner did that in any other country, would have been just as harsh. In the Philippines, if you're a drug dealer, you get executed on the spot. You have drug, you're doing hard time. That is a fact.
If she had gone to the Philippines to play basketball, do you think she would have been caned?
She would have done maybe some time. But it wouldn't be as harsh. It wouldn't be 9 years, like solid. Not 1 to 9, not 2 to 9. No, it's a solid 9 plus. There's no parole in Russia.
And it doesn't matter the race, right?
No, and it's the same as North Korea, that kid that stole the political
Chino,
poster.
You were talking
He came back.
Chino, you were talking about the Philippines.
That too, yes. Philippines and Korea.
What if she'd have been caught trying to bring that same thing into the Philippines? Would she have been caned for that? Regardless of race?
Yes, because Philippines has a strict law on drugs. They have a very strict law. Drug dealer get executed on the spot in the Philippines. They get shot. If you're a user in the Philippines, this would be considered as a user. You would done hard time. And there's actually a documentary about Americans that brought drugs or do drugs in the Philippines, and they're doing hard times. And they're like, oh, and they do the same thing. I'm American, help me out. But you screwed up in another country. You got to face the music. You got to deal with it. You're not in another country. The other country, I was going to say, the other one just came out yesterday. Aaron Rodgers admitted that he used ayahuasca. That is 100% illegal in the U.S. It's illegal in Russia. It's illegal in the Philippines, but it's not illegal in Peru. It's a hallucinogen that literally takes your mind to another dimension. It cures heroin. It's not proven, but it's been
like
it's
LSD.
been documented. Yes, right. Pretty much it is. But Aaron Rodgers, see now, it's a white man, yes, but Aaron Rodgers used the hallucinogen in a legal country. And he even said it helps him propel him to an MVP. It helps him with his
Really?
mental issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
So he was still on it while he was playing.
in a country where it was legal, though, right?
It's legal, but see, that's where I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Was it still in the
Aaron
system?
Rodgers, it's out of your system. It's in and out of your system. But what the main ayahuasca does is it opens your mind, like LSD or meditation. It's not proven, but it's been used for thousands of years.
All right, check this out.
So
we got to move on, but we're moving on to the NFL. So let me go ahead and get that going. Okay, the NFL has had a lot of drama lately, from the Coach Flores tanking and discrimination accusations to Deshaun Watson's suspension and more. What's your guys' line of thought regarding all this mess?
NFL needs to take a stance on what do you call it? On their players' action, on coaches' action. I mean, we had that. We saw the Raiders coach. Shoot, I can't think of his name right now. He got fired for an email 10 years ago.
Right.
But with the Redskins. Gruden, yes, with John Gruden. They have taken a stance on it. But players, they need to take a harder stand. We just had another player, Cardinal player, Hollywood. I can't think of his name right now. That's his nickname. Hollywood something. He drove 120 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Fired. I mean,
yeah, if that was you.
At the end of the day, if any of us did
Hollywood Brown.
I mean, it would be the end of the day, right? The end of your career.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you got to find something else to do. I don't understand why we give it. It's horrible to me that we give celebrities, NFL players, NBA players, anybody, all these kinds of breaks.
Well, wait. How would it be the end of your career if you got a speeding ticket?
For 120 miles an hour? That's a felony.
No.
I'd get fired.
No, but what I'm stating is
people go 120 all the time. Talking about
you
Come
on, know
man.
What we do, and if you get a felony conviction, you do not have your job anymore.
Listen,
you have to find a new job.
They're not gonna give you no felony for that, man.
Yeah, they will. That's a felony conviction.
People go 120, 110 all the dang time, man, on the roads that we be on. Stop it, man.
I'm telling you, I don't.
People do it. I don't either.
My wife can contest because she gets very irritated with me that I do not drive faster than I do. It's one of those things.
All right, man. So hold up. 100. Hold up. I'm sticking with that, man. Sorry, El Chino, but no. Let's go back to this. You reporting something to the headline news about a football player getting a speeding ticket. Come on now. Or a DUI. Stop it, man. Like we just want to know anything negative that we do. I can't iterate that enough. NHL players, MLB players are not angels. They make mistakes too.
Of course they do.
Okay.
But the average person,
we seem to care about what black people do wrong. America cares about that. I'm tired of it.
No.
So
I don't care if they're black, white, or green.
Of course you're going to say that, Whitaker.
You get a DUI and then you're screwed.
Who's interested? Who's interested?
Felony.
Who's interested in Wayne Gretzky? I don't keep up with hockey. Who's interested in one of the players from the Knights, from the Golden Knights, getting a DUI? It's more enticing to hear a football player, a black football player, get a DUI. They're going to put that on a little ticker on ESPN, and we all know about it. It's like Jesus Christ. It's a DUI. Nobody died. Everybody's safe. All right. Who cares?
Not for me.
People don't lose their careers after getting a DUI. No.
A lot of
Because
people do.
make mistakes and do silly shit all the time.
That's not silly shit. That's the end of the day.
But
that is not silly stuff. So
I'm calling it silly because you made a dumb mistake, and you started and you were drinking while you were driving. To me, that's dumb.
I don't care if you're white, black, green, brown, whatever. If you are a celebrity and you make that mistake, yes, it should be on the ticker.
All right. Well, if that's the case, they need to put everybody's shit on there.
I agree.
All right, because NFL players aren't the only guys who make mistakes.
That's correct. It should always be on there. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, purple, doesn't matter. It should be on there. I agree with you. All right. What's next?
I agree with you too. But yeah, I agree with you. It's just he's on a bigger pedestal and he's setting an example. He's a #1 draft pick, and this is not the first issue he had. I don't care. Same thing. You're black, white. If you mess up, it mess up because now it brings light to your action. You're making so much money. Why are you taking that risk? Yes, we seen people drive over 100 miles an hour all the time, but we just had a football player that killed somebody at 130.
Again, I'm not making any excuses for anybody. I'm just saying a lot of people do stuff. Black people ain't the only ones who do dumb, negative, bad shit. All right. So also, you want to bring up you brought up Gruden, something that happened over a decade ago. This guy is straight up being a racist, and he got caught up with that or whatever. And NFL want to try to clean up something. Check this out. It took them decades to do it, and they just ran into it, right? They just happened to be going through it and noticed it, right? Why take it? This means that hold up. This means that people have been getting away with stuff, or people have been covering up for them. Okay, so because all we can do now is speculate. Like you talking about Aaron Rodgers taking hallucinogens, but he did it in Peru. You know, if you want to speculate, again, we're not the media. This is our opinions. So I'm going to speculate my ass off. If you want to speculate, it's a chance that this guy could have been on some shit in America. If we can speculate, and you look at Gronk. Gronk looked like he was on something. He looked totally different from when he was with the Patriots than when he was with the Buccaneers. He was very slim, skinny looking. He looked like a straight up druggie. That's what he looks like, in my opinion. But things got covered up, and nobody said nothing about it. Hey, he's good to go. So that's another thing. Stop covering up stuff. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, Chino.
So for the John Gruden, that was actually the reason. Yes, they found out he's a racist. The NFL was trying to cover up. The reason why NFL was investigating was sexual harassment cases on the Redskins. It was the cheerleaders, all the cheerleaders from present to the past, plus female executive. They were getting harassed and they were made to do things that.
And they didn't do nothing to that owner. That owner is still the owner.
Nope.
Of that team.
Yep. But the rest of the whole Redskin got canned. Okay. Aaron Rodgers. They don't test for ayahuasca. They don't test for that. So it's illegal in NFL. They don't test for that. He did it in Peru. If it could be any other player, black, white, green, purple, I could care less. You did it in a legal country, which helps you mentally to be a better person. That's what that drug does. That's what that does. Now, Gronk, he took a year and a half off, a year and 2 years off to get his life back together. That's why he retired.
Hey.
That was one of the reasons. He retired to refocus himself. He said he was carrying way too much weight. And, I mean, was he on something? Maybe. But I don't know. But that was the reason why he retired and came back.
I gotta bring these things up for anybody who's watching and for you guys just to put something on your mind. Because damn it, I'm tired of being the bad guy.
Will,
God damn, I was born
Will,
to be the bad guy.
Will,
Everybody doing something wrong.
put
Well, not
something on my
everybody,
money.
but a lot of people do. Every race of people are doing some shit. But y'all like to
Yeah.
use our asses when it comes to anything negative. Let's move on. So
Wait,
hey, we don't have
no,
one of them.
no, wait.
So
I
we don't have.
gotta ask you something real quick.
What's up, man?
You said every race is doing something wrong.
Hell yeah.
But the ending part was like, but they're always putting something on the black asses.
That's right.
For the most.
That's right.
Okay.
I like to call us the models of negativity.
I just want to make sure.
I
just want to make sure I got that straight.
Or BTBM. Blame the black man.
All right.
Blame the black
next
man.
Question.
I'm driving, it's DWB, driving while black. Racial profiling, if you want to call it that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All the time, man. God damn. Everybody else is little angels. Stop it. So, all right.
Not true.
We ain't got no one of them questions. So, let's move on to this. All right. Will Smith gives public online apology to Chris Rock. Oh, man. My little phone fell. That's Chris Rock. That's his spirit right there.
Right? Chris Rock said no thank you.
All right, hey. You guys agree or disagree with Will Smith's public apology?
You apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech. I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you.
You know, I mean, he had to do it at some point, right? I mean,
yeah,
he had to. Was it sincere? I don't know. Did Chris Rock accept it? I doubt it.
No.
But,
he ignored it.
I mean, Will Smith has to, he has to be the human that he is. I mean, that's a human thing to do, is to apologize. I think he did it. Do I know that he meant it? I would say 50-50, but at the same time, I don't know Will Smith. I've never had a sit-down chat with Will Smith, so can I gauge his sincerity? I have no way of physically doing that or emotionally doing that, but I'm glad he did it. He should have done it, and now, everybody's just going to move on. I think most people don't care anymore. That's what I think. It's over.
Well, I think that most people who do care are willing to put something against them. But I don't want to go on with that whole thing again. But check this out. What Will Smith did was dumb. It was wrong. It was awkward. It was all kinds of things, man. We didn't know what to think when it first happened. Chris Rock has every right to be disappointed in that, man. I'm glad. Again, I'm glad Chris Rock didn't act at that time, man. He showed a lot of class after the fact. He didn't show a whole lot of class before that. People can speculate about, what he said actually was pretty cool and it made sense, the whole G.I. Jane thing or whatever. But nah, stop it, man. He was a little out of line for that, man. I hate cliches, like I tell people. Words don't hurt and all that or whatever. That's bullshit.
They do hurt.
There's levels. There's levels to this, right? There's some things you can say, and there's some things you probably can't say that won't offend people. No, this is not a free country. So, but I don't know. Like you said, Whitaker, I agree with that. Will Smith did what he had to do. Was it 100% sincere? Yeah, we don't know. Was it a career move? To try to save his career and all that, because his career is in jeopardy. You got some production companies and filmmakers that aren't willing to work with him, and you got some that are. So it wasn't a very good decision of what he made. He definitely made his emotions get the best of him. But hey, man, both brothers are doing their thing, man, and I hope the best for both of them. That's all I got to say. What you got, El Chino?
Right off the bat, like there was speculation that it was staged. I mean, do we know 100% was it staged or not?
I doubt it.
It was during the time. I mean, Will Smith won an Oscar.
I don't think he would have
Chris Rock
apologized.
didn't expect that. Yeah,
I don't think he would have apologized if it were staged.
That's true.
I really don't.
No, I know. I'm just thinking, being a conspiracy, theorist. And Chris Rock, he had sold out show everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
After that incident, his show went sold out. Yeah. He had a Vegas show.
Like, you can't be mad too much at Will. Yeah.
I'll take a smack in the face on national TV for sold out shows and sold out booking for the next couple months. So if I was Chris Rock, am I mad? Yeah, I got slapped in the face, but am I going to be mad in my pocket? Not really. But
that's kind of like taking a fall. Kind of, right? Like he had to take a fall.
The $1 million slap. The $1 million slap, right?
Hey, I mean, yeah.
Is Chris Rock probably going to get booked again for Oscar? Yes, I'm pretty sure of that. For the 20th time, like what's his name? The other guy they had on Oscar, the white dude. They always had him, but they're like, yeah, they had him too much. I can't think of his name right now. Again,
I don't even watch the Oscars like that. So yeah.
But now people will tune into the Oscar again. Oh, it's Chris Rock. Is somebody going to do something to him again? But if I was Chris
they might
Rock,
even do a prop. They might even do a prop, like somebody walking up to him and fake slapping him.
With
who knows?
Like a mannequin hand.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I'm never watching the Oscars ever. I'm just telling you straight up. No.
Why?
Don't care. No.
Why?
I just don't care.
You just don't care?
No, I don't care about that. I feel like it's mostly an opportunity for a bunch of people to spew their political beliefs, liberal or conservative. I just don't want to hear it. And because they are actors, you are not a political activist at the end of the day. And I just do not want to. I will never watch the Oscars. I don't watch any of those shows. None of them.
All right.
Ever.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Biden continues to test positive for COVID. Is this a big deal or not?
Funniest thing ever. I find it hilarious. But he. Everybody knows he originally came out and said, "Hey, you get the COVID shot, and you're never going to get COVID." And then he came back and said, "Well, you might still get COVID, but it won't be that bad." And then, it's super effective against all these other things. And at the end of the day, it's all nonsense. And so I find it fairly hilarious that he's testing positive for COVID over and over after he made such a hullabaloo over, how effective all the vaccines and boosters were. So, yeah. He's not dying. So it's not like I'm saying I'm glad he got it. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No.
I'm just saying it's ironic. That's all.
What you got, El Chino?
Yeah, I agree with Whitaker. It's just ironic. It's like somebody preaches, hey, take this, you'll be fine, and at the end of the day, they keep on testing positive. It's like, should I listen to him on other stuff too?
Right?
Make you wonder. So it does make me wonder, and also at the same time, it's the health of the person too, because it's like, why? Like, you have access to the best doctor in the world, and they can't. He's testing positive. Why? Why is that? You know.
Well,
Biden.
here's my last take. I certainly don't want Biden to die or get taken out of the presidency, because Kamala would be the ginormous, horriblest, gigantic, worst thing in the whole world.
Really?
This country could happen.
Dang.
So
Wow,
I
Whitaker.
need Biden to hold out for a couple more years. Please
Hey,
hold out.
you know what?
Kamala, holy moly. No.
Holy
no,
moly.
thank you. Will, even you have you listened to some of her speeches? Will, even you
No,
can't be
I've
like,
listened to I've listened to Trump. I listen to Trump speeches.
I hope Kamala takes over.
Listen, I tell people, I felt the same exact way when Trump became president, the same way when Obama became president. I was in disbelief, but entirely end of the spectrum. Trump, that was a joke. What the hell? So, nah, man, I don't know, man. It might, it might be a tie, but I don't think it can get worse than Trump. I don't think it can get worse than Trump. Trump is a joke to me.
Kamala, come on. Do you really think Kamala would make a good president? I need your honest opinion on that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anything is better than anything. Anything is better than anything. Anything is better than Trump. How about this?
Kamala?
I don't know. I don't know if she would be horrific, where she is like a somebody who destroys things, somebody who ruins things. That's Trump. Trump ruins things. You know what I'm saying? Trump is an absolute dumpster fire.
Have you listened? Will, have you listened to any of her speeches?
Yes, I have. I have. And,
they're horrible.
Some of the things I agree with some of her point of views and her outlook on things. I agree with some of those things.
She can't talk. That's the problem. She talks like a high school speech person, like they're like a high schooler giving a speech. It's awful.
At least you give it high school. Trump sounds like elementary. He sounds like a little 10-year-old,
All right. So we're at the end of our thing. So here's the funny thing, and I sent this to Will, but it didn't make the topic list. But at the end of the day, if Biden and Trump are both in the running for president, are you going to vote for either one, or are you going to just not vote?
Oh, man. I got to vote for Biden. I got to keep Biden in, man. We can't have Trump. We can't have that.
I understand. I get you.
Can't.
Chino?
Yeah.
I vote for Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
That's like we need candidates. We need candidates.
I have to be honest, and I'm being completely honest here. That would be a struggle, because I like Trump, the policies. I do not like Trump the person, and I feel like Trump the person is going to trump the policies when it comes to an election. And I don't know, that would be a real struggle for me if it comes down to Trump and Biden. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I would struggle with voting for Trump, but I could not vote for Biden. So I might be a non-vote.
The guy got impeached twice. It's crazy to let a president in who got impeached twice.
Stupid stuff.
Well, they couldn't get him on the Russian stuff.
Yeah, they couldn't get him on the Russian stuff because there was no evidence. None. They
there's
made
evidence.
It all up.
There's evidence, but it got confiscated.
No, Clinton made it up. Hillary made it up. The whole dossier was false and fake, and everybody knows it.
All right. Okay, so let's move on, guys. All right. Monica Lewinsky wants Beyonce to remove lyric from her Partition song. Do you agree or disagree with this?
Monica's such a
Why? Okay.
has been.
So why? Okay, my question is Beyonce. Why out of thousands of people's name, like you got to drop Monica Lewinsky's name? Like, okay, now you bring her back in the spotlight. Like,
No,
I
this is
mean,
an old song,
Monica,
I believe. Yeah, this
Monica
song is
Lewinsky
old.
had a TED talk. I mean, her TED talk was interesting. Monica Lewinsky moved on with her life.
No, for what I believe. No. But listen, this song, I believe. I'm not definitively sure, but this song is old, man. Partition. That song came out years ago,
Then why
and
does
now
anyone care?
and now all of a sudden, because Beyonce dropped her new album, and also there's some people who got offended. There's some folks who got offended by some of the lyrics that she has said on this album. So Monica Lewinsky wants to jump in and be like, "Hey, oh, I don't like what she said about this old song that she did." So that's what this is.
Why does she care? This song is from I'm trying to find it.
You guys are checking.
Oh, I thought it was right there.
Yeah.
It should have been right there.
2013 released.
I mean, there's Spanish in here, there's
Yeah.
French in here, and there's some line about Monica. No one cares. Get over it, Monica. You know what? If you didn't want to be the center of attention, then you shouldn't shouldn't have shown that blue dress. I mean, you made that blue dress, girl. So now you got to live with it.
Oh man.
You got to live with it. I mean,
yeah. All right. Okay. Not much there. All right. Let's move on, guys. Okay. Let's go with El Chino's update.
All right.
All right.
So, yeah, I got a couple updates. They're just funny, and some of the stuff is just like make you think, like, what the hell happened? So, in Riverside, liquor store was robbed. I don't know if you guys saw the video. This guy come in with the assault rifle. This guy comes in with an assault rifle, ready to shoot, and you got an 80-year-old owner with the buckshot that's probably take black powder. Shot the dude dead on.
Chino, I need to update you because this was not in Riverside. This was actually in a little horse town called Norco, where I actually graduated from high school.
Oh, really?
Norco is near Riverside. Is close.
Graduated.
Norco, that
Norco.
is ranch central.
I
That whole town smell like the whole ranch.
I know the store this happened in. That's
really
the funny thing. So yes, this guy comes in with an assault rifle, and I've seen the video. And the guy working the store pulls out a shotgun, shoots him, and the guy goes running out. He shot my arm off. It's hilarious.
So I'm just saying it's good for the store owner. You know, why are you robbing a store with an assault rifle? It's like, come on. You know, it just like stupid game gets stupid prices. That's all I got to say. Another news, let's see, Squid Game. It has a VR game now, so you can actually torture people on virtual reality. That's great. Let's see. Oh, in New York, a McDonald's worker got shot in the face over cold fries. Over cold fries.
I heard about that one.
Wow. Man, it's like as a gun owner, it's like, okay, now is that guy even a gun owner? It's like, do you really have to shoot somebody in the face over cold fries?
No, he's not a gun owner anymore. He's a criminal.
Yeah, He's not. He's a criminal. It's
And
really why you.
I don't care if he's white, green, black, yellow. I don't care. Criminal.
Oh, come on.
You don't shoot people over cold fries.
No.
Hey, come on. Okay. Ivana Trump. She died. She passed away. Our ex-president Donald Trump has the privilege of, putting her to rest. Guess where they put her to rest at?
I have no idea.
Where?
Ivana Trump was buried near the first hole of Trump National Golf Course. Why is that?
That's creepy.
Why?
That is creepy.
Do you know why? There's a
Why,
reason
man? Why?
All right.
Tax break for business. She's buried near the golf course. Now it's becoming a religious site now.
Whoa! You said for taxes? So he won't pay taxes? What?
He can pay less taxes now.
Wow. Wow.
Wait.
What the heck?
I'm just
Wait, Chino.
See, Will.
Hey, Chino.
I'm not.
So if my wife dies and I bury her in the backyard, is my house now a funeral home and I can get less taxes?
If you converted to it, that's what he did. I'm just reporting what his action is.
I told you, I'm done. I've been done with Trump, y'all. I've been done with him, man. Wow. Really?
That's something. I'll just say that's something.
That is so Trump. Yeah.
Okay. DC, the show Batgirl won't be released. So I mean,
it won't be released.
The TV show will not be released. Warner Brother has scrapped the show completely. The show cost $90 million to produce.
90,
and it's being 100%.
Why?
They will. Apparently, it's that bad. It's that bad that they won't even.
Wow.
They won't even. Not even a straight to VHS. Is that bad?
Wow.
I mean, what?
Can it be on like TBS or
Warner Brothers? No, it's that bad.
AMC.
What I'm reading.
I mean, you would think there'd be a cable channel they could plug that into.
I know, right?
Cost back.
Hey, what about
Bravo.
Pluto? Put it on streaming of Pluto.
Yeah.
The WB. They're always looking for some stupid show.
I mean,
that's fucked up, man.
Just being honest.
Oh
man, he's at the WB. That's cool, man.
Hey. Or whatever decided to just shelf it. $90 million gone. We don't care. All right, so Batgirl. Now this is a movie that I will be very hyped about. Joker 2. Joaquin Phoenix is coming back for the movie.
And Lady Gaga,
2024. Right, yeah. And Lady Gaga. Now I'm thinking to myself, Joaquin Phoenix this stated that this character took the worst out of him. It took him to a place that he never wanted to be in. And I was like, why would you replay that movie or that role if you hate it so much? But at the same time, but at the end of the day, do you know how much you got paid for the
$20 million
for the
front.
role?
$20 million up front. Yeah.
Let's just try 50. He got paid
really?
$50 million for that role.
Yeah, I think that's a good reason to come back and do something. Yeah, that's a whole lot of money, man. Yeah.
But I will be
so guys, one last thing. How about that $1.3 billion lotto ticket for Megabucks that's only one person won in Illinois? They're going to probably score about $800 million.
Oh no, 400 million.
No,
It got taxed 800.
it'll be
You
more
serious?
than that. It'll be closer to 800.
So why is it that they got to pay taxes, but
They
Trump
gotta pay
don't? All right,
taxes.
so the Trump.
Well, you know what? Maybe they buried their old lady in the yard. So you know they're calling it a funeral home now.
Hey, I tell you this, man. If I was a family member of hers, I'm like, Trump, you ain't doing that, bro. You're not doing that, man. I'm sorry. All right, you're gonna have to meet me outside, boy. I'm taking my shirt off and everything. We about to fight. I don't care how old you is. You ain't about to bury my relative at your dang golf course, man. What? That's crazy. So that's crazy, bro. All right.
Seems perfectly sensible to me. So yeah.
So
I'm kidding.
check this out, guys. Hey, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on all podcast providers, including Spotify. Check us out, guys. Line of Thought.
Get on it.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks for watching.